Hey guys, it's Lucy. Intonation is such a big and important part of our practice routine, and it's something that we have to constantly work on no matter what level you're at. So today I'm going to share with you 3 ways on how to practice intonation, and hopefully you'll be able to use them to make the most out of your practicing. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to suggest is to practice without vibrato. When you vibrate, the fluctuation of the note is hiding the actual pitch that you're playing underneath, and that will only distract you from hearing what exactly you're playing. So by getting rid of your vibrato in your practice, you can immediately hear whether you're too sharp or too flat. It's a very small change in your practice, but it will make a huge difference. The second tip, I like to call it focus on the journey and not the destination. A big and common mistake that students make is that they adjust their fingers once they land on a note that is out of tune. For example, what I just did was that once I realized my C sharp was out of tune, I adjusted my finger on the spot until I liked what it sounded, and then I moved on. That is actually counterproductive because what you really need to focus on is the motion of getting to the C sharp. I like to compare this to the sport of archery. When an athlete misses the target, they're not going to physically remove the arrow and then place it back on the bullseye. Instead, they're going to analyze whether it was landed too high, too low, too far to the left, or too far to the right. And then with that knowledge, they're going to make adjustments and then proceed to shoot again. And over time, after repeating that process many times, they're going to become more and more accurate. So we're going to apply that concept on the violin. Now I realize the C sharp is too low, and I'm going to lift my finger and then try to place it higher the next time. And that motion of getting from the A to the C sharp is what I'm going to practice. I know it might feel tedious, but it really will save you time in the long run. Last but not least, I'm going to suggest practicing with an earplug. This is a much less known way to practice, but I find it so highly effective and I really recommend it. Because the violin is so close to our left ear when we play, we naturally hear a lot more overtones and vibrations in our sound. So by using an earplug, you're allowing yourself to only hear with your right ear, which creates an effect of hearing someone else play from afar. And without those overtones, it's going to be much easier to tell whether you're playing in tune or not. You might also find this very useful for checking your own tone quality. For example, when there's a passage in forte and requires a lot of bite, I might think I'm doing enough. However, once I put in my earplug, I immediately realized that nothing was coming across, so I'll know to make adjustments and exaggerate a lot more. This way, you're really killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay guys, those were my 3 ways on how to practice intonation, and I hope you find them useful. Let me know in the comments which method you prefer or works best for you, and I'll see you in the next one.